Hey, what's going on, phone dogs? BoHD here, and we have compiled a list of 10 of our favorite new and or updated apps on the App Store. Without further ado, let's get started. The first app is called Mirror Emoji Keyboard, and it's one of the newest third-party keyboard apps on the market. It's unique in that it will generate your own personal emoji from a selfie. There are more than 200 emoji that it can generate for you, which you can share with your friends in various messaging apps. It's a lot like Bitmoji in Snapchat. If you like what you see, I highly recommend this keyboard. Selfissimo is an experimental app from Google that's really simple, but actually surprisingly functional. You strike a pose and the camera will automatically snap a picture. You don't have to press anything at all. It just automatically knows when you strike a new pose. After you snap a few photos, you can then share the images or the entire shoot. Fern Flower is a beautiful new adventure game. It's a self-described atmospheric and compelling game where you climb mystic mountains in search of those esoteric flowers. The gameplay consists of you touching the left or right hand part of the screen to make your character jump. The goal is to climb as high as you can and collect fireflies to improve your score. SnapCalc is a really cool calculator app that requires your smartphone's camera. So this isn't really a new concept, but it's one of the newer calculator apps to employ this concept. All you have to do is snap a picture of a math problem and the app will display the answer on your screen. Now it performs algebra and calculus and can even recognize handwritten problems, and I especially enjoy the step-by-step explanations so that you can actually learn the material and not have to use this app to cheat on your homework. Now I was hesitant to include this next app on the list because we are all familiar with Google search, but the app is called UDictionary, and as the name implies, it's a dictionary app. The app does a lot more than just define things. The app supports 38 different languages. It features pronunciation, sample sentences, English conversion practice, and there's even a writing club where you can talk about themes to develop your writing skills. As an editor, it appeals to me probably more than the average Joe, but overall, it's a well-developed and useful app to have. Tiles Squared is a memory game that requires you to tap a series of tiles. When you first start the game, it's easy, requiring you to remember only 1 or 2 tiles in a row, but the further you progress, the more tiles you have to remember. As someone who feels like my memory is slipping because I'm so reliant on the internet, I found this app useful in exercising my noggin. Scrubbies is another experimental app by Google that's simple but actually useful. It lets you easily manipulate the speed and direction of video playback to produce some pretty stunning video loops. The app is more impressive if your video is something particularly interesting, like a water balloon being popped, but it's a lot of fun to play around with. Time 2 Beat Procrastination is a must-have app for those of you who are dealing with procrastination, which is almost all of us on some level. Here's how the app works. You add a task and an amount of time you want to spend on it. Your job is to beat the clock and get your tasks done before the timer runs out. It's really that simple. If you get distracted though, you risk the timer running out and going into overtime. Obviously, you don't want that to happen, and obviously this app is gonna still require some willpower and self-discipline. You can't just install it and expect to be productive. But it does have a lot of useful features and it is well developed. Pixel Art Camera does just what the name implies. It will turn any photo of yours into pixel art. There are over 25 pixel art styles and over 10 different creative effects to apply to your photos. I especially love what this app does with portrait photos and city landscape shots. This is another app that's just so much fun to play around with. Seems like that's kind of the theme of this video. Now, the last app on the list is a beautiful puzzle game called WayOut, and here is how it works. You tap on a tile to switch its state, and your move affects adjacent tiles while diagonal tiles are not affected. The goal is simple. It's just to turn all the tiles into a white state. There are no time limits or turn limits, so it's very relaxing in that sense, but as you progress, you'll end up spending a lot more time on each puzzle, therefore creating a bit of a challenge. With that last one, guys, those are 10 of our favorite new and or updated apps to hit the App Store during the month of January 2018. If you enjoyed this video, a thumbs up would be much appreciated. Maybe subscribe if you're brand new, and let us know which app is your favorite in a comment down below. As always, I'm BoHD from PhoneDog.com. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you right back here in the next one. See ya.